guys to just fill it out for us real quickly. It's only 4 or 5 quick questions, yes, no, and comments. We really need that information back so we could, improve as we move forward with our Image of a Man series. So be looking for them to come up to you and ask you to fill out something. With that said, I would like to turn it over to our chairman, the chairman of Menswear Incorporated, Mr. Corey Supton, and we'll be going from there.
First of all, I really want to say thank you to all of you being here. Part of the reason Angela wanted me to come up and talk to you is what really prompted me to get involved, and I think it's a story worth telling. As you can tell from my accent, I'm not from Atlanta, okay? But where I am from and what I've seen, because I lived in Chicago, I lived in Philadelphia, one of the things that always concerned me with my career was that when I watched the news, what did I see? And I was sitting with a friend of mine one day, and I said, you know what? This is all rigged. It's what they call a B-movie. I said, I guarantee you when you watch the news, when there's a crime committed, if it's a black male, they got a picture. If it's anybody else, ain't no picture. My friend argued with me about this. No, that ain't true. I said, just flick to any channel on the local news in the next hour. I said, don't worry, I'll wait. And that's what prompted, and it drove me to understand what needed to be done. I have a 26-year-old son, and I have an 18-year-old son. Their environment, what they face is so very different, but so very similar, which is uphill struggle. For me, when I came here to Atlanta, and this was some 6 years ago, I knew I wanted to be involved. I wanted to be involved. I had to be involved because there's too many young men that we see that were losing needlessly. And I wanted to mentor. My firm belief is that we have to redefine what success looks like in our own community. We cannot allow the media any longer to determine what success looks like. There are hundreds upon thousands of success stories in our community, but we as a community, in particular the men, you got to start talking about this. I can't slam dunk and jump from the foul line and slam dunk. I don't drive the golf ball 350 yards. But what I have are life experiences, and I call it the yellow brick road. Dorothy went, you can either go right or you can go left, right? Sometimes if you go left, you do make mistakes, or if you go right, but that doesn't mean that you cannot get it right. And we have to instill upon our kids, it's okay. It is human. God has forgiven us. He already knows we're going to make mistakes. So why don't we understand and help our children understand that we're not looking for perfection. We just want you to think about the things that you do and be great at whatever you decide to do.
Amen.
And that's what we're looking for. That's what we're 5 years ago, and saw the mannequin. He's going to ride. Oh, we got to upgrade our guy. We got to get him together. Yeah. And we talked and we hit it off, and that's been it. My role as the chairman, I'm the jack of all trades and the master of none. As a leader, you serve, and I'm here to serve the organization in any capacity that they need me to. Angela calls. I said, what time, what place, Angela? I'm there. That's what this is about. But ultimately, my goal is to raise money for the organization as a board chairman. That's what I need to do. Our biggest need, and I'll tell you, we need to find our own building, folks. It's been a struggle. We had a place, but as with all nonprofits, you run into funding issues. Corporations aren't as generous as they once were. So that is my big drive right now, to find a home for us, for our program, so our clients can come back and have a place to spend time with. And that's really what drove me and why I continue to be with Menswear Inc. And I love the organization. This is a great place. I just got to say, you know, every time I walk in this place, I'm like a kid in a candy store. I don't know about you that haven't been here in a while. But I walk up to something and I get transfixed on something because I'm reading it. Not only am I reading it, but I'm trying to let it marinate in my head. So what does this really mean to me? What does this look like? What did my people go through? And how did we come to pass to this point? When you look at all the rich history and traditions and the things that we've done, we've got this, all our children should see this. You look at every other nation of people that come here, one of the things I'm always very envious of is that they have their particular day where they brag and celebrate their heritage. If some people have their way, they want us to believe that we came here as slaves, Lincoln freed us, then it was Martin Luther King, and now there's President Obama. And that's our history. The Apex tells you there's much more, so much more. And we got to continue to get that word out. Because in order for you to understand where you can go, you got to know your past, you got to know your future. We ran it all. We were the great kings, queens, and merchants of the world. We sailed these seas when the rest of the people were saying that the earth was flat. Understand that. How can a man find a country when somebody's already been here? Native American Indians told us that.
Thank you.
Understand this, but that's not written in the history books. How are our children going to know? It's up to each and every one of us. And places such as this, the Apex, gives us a vehicle, an opportunity to bring each one of us in and show what it is we are, who we've been, and the greatness that we can still succeed too. So thank you very much. I really appreciate all y'all coming out. So my thing here, we're going to get into our forum. Gentlemen, can y'all bring our chairs up and we're going to start in this forum. The first person I want to introduce is going to be our moderator.